Allow myself to introduce myself. No, allow myself to introduce Woo Woo Dude, if you never heard me mention his name before. So I'm talking with him yesterday, and I've got this post up yesterday, or 2 days ago, excuse me, 2 days ago. February 8th, 2021, 9:14 p.m. Here's the post on Patreon. Now, this update I just did a moment ago. $2.94, all my Theta sell orders fulfilled. Was driving home talking to Woo Woo Dude. He thinks $3.05 will be here soon, and possibly as high as $3.15. After that, he thinks a small pullback that could be as low as 250s to 260s. He's not getting an exact number like he usually does on this one this time. Also, he is not seeing a crash coming like some of us think, at least not in the near future. Because he'd mentioned, well, at least not, this next week I think should be good for crypto. I don't see any crash coming right now, is what he told me. So, I just did this update because if you follow this chart, which I have up, it literally it looks like it hit 305, right? That's not the case. It got to 3.048. 3048. So $3.04, 0.8 if you will. 0.8 of the way to 5 cents, meaning my fill order twice. Look at this candle wick here and this candle wick here on the 1 hour. So 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. So between 1 and 5 hours, this 1 hour and the 5 hours later, it literally went to the same spot, 3.048. Guess who had orders at 3.05 exactly? And usually when he gives me a number, I don't do the exact number. I do a little bit more lenient, like, oh, let me do 3.03, 3.04 at worst case. This time I'm like, well, it might go to 3.15, so I think I'll just leave it at 3.05. It gets to 3.048. I'm a speck of sand away from selling a chunk of my Theta that I had in the trade, in the order sitting there on standby. And it looked like a bunch of other people did too, based on the sell wall I saw. But it did not fill. Why? Because it got to 3.048, not 3.05. Again, a smidgen, a freaking piece of sand difference. Just two specks of sand and I would have had it. And then he said, again, maybe 250s or 260s. So there's 263. So again, if I hear the word 260s and I want to be safe, I'm going to do 270. Okay? I'm going to be, again, normally I should have been at 304, 303, let's say 303 right here. And then down to 70. There's 71, 70. Nearly 11%, right? I want to just be safe about it. Downwards, right? And then again, when it goes back up, I bought back in. Now I got more Theta than I had back over here. And then it goes back up again. I sell, and I'm selling more Theta for more money. Right? That's the name of the game when you're trading. But as we said, these won't always go our ways. Now I bet I haven't even looked at the comments actually, but I bet, let me just go look while we're here, that maybe somebody didn't do so greedy, if you will, and was smart about it. I got 71 comments in here. The lower ones are the more recent ones, so let's see. I waited for the pullback, got in at 270. Perfect, Chris. My Theta order sold at $3 just a little bit ago when it spiked to 304. Got my sell orders placed. Joe, you got me obsessed with the ultralight two-seaters. I'm definitely buying one. Edward, awesome. See if there's any more comments. If anyone else dropped, you rock, Snippy. Well, thanks. Let's see. Anyways, just other comments and stuff. Nothing about that anymore. So, anyways, that just happened. And I'm about to do a video. This is probably a Patreon-only video, I think, about one of my spots in New Mexico. Dick Algeier assisted on this one big time a while back. And I asked last night, myself and my wife, I said, Evelyn, when you go to bed, ask this, and I'm going to ask this. And let's see what kind of, if we get a dream. I get 3 dreams. The last 2, I just didn't feel were related at all. But the first one was related. And then her dream was incredibly related. I got the answer that I needed to know, I believe. And it makes me extremely excited to know what I think I know now about Dick Algire's remote viewing. I think I know exactly the spot that he got, because we had a hard time figuring out where exactly, because he was like, well, there's a steep ravine somewhere and I was inside the mountain. I don't know much else except it was covered with rocks when they left. So it wasn't buried in dirt, just covered in rocks. I'm thinking, okay. And there was one area that I had searched and searched and searched with my drone, and I'm just not finding these rocks. It just, you know, look, unless they covered it with dirt too, but that's not what he said. So, long story short, there's another location not far from there. Same exact type of scenario. There's a sharp V-shaped ravine, very steep. Same description he gave about the left side and the right side of it, how the right side would look plant-wise and dirt versus the left side of it plant-wise and dirt. Totally different. Like you're in 2 different environments almost. And both of these places have it. So I thought it was initially that one because I sent him a video. He goes, I think that might be it. It looks very familiar. Well, every time I would drive by this other place, that gut feeling inside, go drone it, go drone it. You haven't droned that one yet. Why aren't you droning it? Go drone that. And it never failed. Every time. Every time. Every time. Every time. So one time I droned the thing. And I finally did it, but I haven't really studied the video. So I studied the video, and I just happened, not while I was droning, but afterwards, which is typical, when you see things popping out you didn't see while you were operating the drone live. And I go, oh my gosh, that is very steep, and there are rocks down there on the steep side. If that's a rock slide and those rocks piled up there, that is impossible in my mind. Impossible. They would keep going. It's so steep. I don't care if they were, you know, giant square-shaped rocks. They're not going to stop, as big and as heavy as these things look. Yet they're piled right there on the steep side. And I go, no way. And then I saw some interesting rocks directly touching those next to it. And I kind of got excited. So I asked Spirit, could you please give my wife and I a dream on this? Either or both of us. Fine. You know, I'm not jealous if she's getting all the dreams and I'm not. As long as I'm getting the information, that's all I care about. You know, it's fantastic. I'm not going to be jealous about it. And not only that, my wife's experiencing things that's going to make her go, okay, this whole spirit thing, whoa, yeah, this is too much of a coincidence. So, anyways, I'm going to do a Patreon post and a video. I'm going to show them, not the whole video, but just when I'm there at the spot. I can't risk someone figuring out where this is. So, I'll just show you right when I'm on the spot in my Patreon. I'm going to post that next. I was thinking about it all day, and I'm going to tell you about the dream she had and I had. And I spoke to Woo Woo Dude about it, and he goes, well, what do you think that means? So I told him, he goes, okay, let me give you my interpretation. And I go, oh. Now the biggest part was my wife's. My answer was given to me with her dream, which made me super excited. I got a piece of the dream telling me to slow down, slow your roll, J-Snip. So I'm gonna have to respect that. But anyways, I'm gonna do that video next. It'll be private. I'm gonna share it with Patreon only. But I just have to share some of the stuff with you when Woo Woo Dude says something, and then I watch it. And I was talking to Steven, Crypto Karaoke. I'm calling him out right now. He's talking to me last night, and I'm like, dude, here's the deal. Here's what we're doing. He's in my Telegram and my private Patreon Telegram and all that too. And I'm like, you know, but we're still chatting. I already posted it, but we're already chatting. And he's like, oh, I'm scared, man. I don't have that much. You know, I don't want to risk it. And I'm like, I hear you, but hell, do half. That's a big chunk, but, you know, do half. I'm like, you know, it's Woo Woo Dude, you know, hey. And he's like, yeah, I don't know. I know I might not. I don't know, I might. You know, he was like on the fence. So he texted me this morning. He goes, oh my God. He goes, bro, I chickened out. It hit pretty much 305. And I go, oh, no, not quite, 3.048. I missed it. He goes, and then it went down in the 260s, just like he said. It was 250s or 260s. Spirit didn't give him an exact number this time. So it is what it is. I repeat what he said. Here's what he got. Again, even if you were super conservative and said, well, I'm going to put an order at 270. And I told him, I go, maybe do an order at 270. Just out of my mind, it just came out. Well, just do an order at 270, then sell it and then buy back at 270. Or, matter of fact, it would be super safe to make it 272. Well, it bounced at 272 exactly. And he texts me, he goes, oh my God, it hit your number, dude. It bounced at 272. Well, of course it bounced, but it did go back down in a sliver low to 270 or whatever. Well, 263. And if you had an order at 270, it would have filled. So he's like, oh my God, I chickened out. I can't believe it. I could have had a bunch more Theta. I'm like, yeah, you know. And if you've got, 1,000 Theta, you just picked up another 10%. If you had 10,000 Theta, you picked up 1,000 Theta. If you had 100,000 Theta you were playing with, you just picked up 10,000 Theta at 10%. So 10,000 Theta at $3 is $30,000. Thanks, Woo Woo Dude. Even though I missed it, but you know what me and him did? Me and Woo Woo Dude? We just laughed. I laughed my ass off about it. I'm like, oh my God. He's like, sorry, Joe, you're going to have to fire me. I told you 305, and it's 3048. Sorry, man. I'm like, yeah, you're effing fired. I'm never talking to you again. We just laugh about it. Why? Because we've made good trades with his information. My dreams, my wife's dreams, but especially his information. So I missed one. It wasn't a loss. I just missed it. I still got the Theta sitting there. The order never filled. So it's still sitting there, trying to fill actually. And I don't know if I should just cancel my order now. Matter of fact, I should probably ask him. Should I just cancel the order now? Because it already got the 260s. Or is it going to hit 305, 306, 307, do it again down to the 260s? Well, that would be nice. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But there's a few people on Patreon, obviously, they got it. So, anyways, I've got to do this other video now. And then that's it for tonight.